Hey everyone, welcome to Why Should I Why. Today I wanted to follow on from something I said yesterday. I started talking about risk through a project, and I kind of really didn't have time to delve into it, so I want to do that today. Risk and managing risk and mitigation of risk are one of the biggest factors in the success of delivery of a project. I don't care whether it's technology or not. That's just the facts, okay? And we talked about last week the idea that humans by nature end biased. If you have a moment, check out the last week's Why Should I Why, because that sort of gives you a bit of context. But being end biased means that if humans pay specific attention to the end of a project, and the same project that we're talking about has accumulated risk to the end, we're putting ourselves in a really bad position. Right? And so what we want to do is check out this graph. This is basically what we do as we build up a project. Expectations of our clients and our stakeholders continue to go up because that's what happens as you get closer to delivery. Quality just naturally, again, goes down. As we get closer to a delivery date, we tend to go faster and therefore quality slips. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing because overall general quality might be pretty high. It's just that you go sort of way above at the start because you think you have more time. Human nature, again, right? Mindset. Here's the problem, that blue line. That blue line is the problem. What happens is if you start failing, even if it's a small hiccup, 3/4 of the way, 5/6 of the way, end of your project, because humans are end biased, they make that a big deal. The experience level and the idea of satisfaction, when we talk about customer satisfaction, that sort of starts to spiral down purely because we bias it. We highlight the end more than the actual, or the whole, sorry. And so what we really want to get to is something like this, right? Now this chart shows pretty much exactly the same thing we saw before, but over and over and over and over again, right? So basically I'm talking about iteration here. An iteration allows us to manage risk and manage quality in a way such that we can always come back from it, right? And the earlier you start delivering, check out these smaller, the less bold or the thinner blue lines. These are our sort of milestone-y type things. Now, I hate using that word because it's been overdone, but the idea is that at some point, very soon to the start, we want to deliver something that's working, right? Deliver value back to the customer, the stakeholder, the whatever. You need to be delivering value. Here's the thing. If you deliver value, their expectations go down again, right? And then you start building the expectations up at end of iteration. At the end of an iteration, you deliver again, your expectations go down again. You're kind of resetting the bank account a little bit, right? And this kind of bank account isn't the one with positive dollars, it's like a loan, it's with negative dollars, right? So you want to be careful, you want to be at zero as much as possible. The nice thing about this is that you also get a bit of feeling of progress, right? Since you're delivering value continuously, what happens to people's minds is that they start to realize that, hey, we're in it together here, right? This is not a supplier relationship. This is a collaborator relationship, and that's what you want to get to, right? Collaboration is key. It's one of the axioms, one of the manifesto axioms, right? So you want to get to a place where you instill the idea of collaboration, and you do that by lowering risk, by adding value and managing your quality iteratively, right? This sort of stuff, guys, even though I'm talking about process, it has a huge impact on mindset. Right? And I'm not just talking about external, I've been talking about clients and stakeholders, blah, blah, blah. But even from the project team, even internal teams that feed into the project team, they all start getting into a rhythm. And that rhythm is amazing because what it allows people to do is learn from their mistakes, right? Be able to flip mistakes quickly. So even if your client gets a little bit upset because there's a smaller mistake on the table now, you can now say, hey, listen, we'll get that fixed before the next iteration, way before we're worrying about like final go live. That's huge for them, right? Whereas if you do the previous slide where you're leaving all those discussions right to the end, believe me, no one's getting any sleep that night. Alright guys, that's it for me today. I want to continue down this path a little bit next week, so if you want to hang out for that, that'll be awesome. Cheers.